I hope you know things have started now.
Okay,
we're on air. So, last we left,
I don't know if I'm working now.
Oh God.
Stuck on 7.
Give it time.
Just to mention, I only have 2 hours now, so we have to make the session quick.
It will be.
Why do you have to? Why I have to leave in 2 hours?
School in the morning tomorrow.
Okay, let's get this going.
Wait, he has to load in. Why did that open? I meant to hit the delete button.
Austin, you know you're baby.
Hey yo.
Okay, you in?
Good to go, but it's still loading. It's doing the weird thing where half of the rotating and the other's not.
Oh.
Wow.
Honestly, I need to find more stuff to delete, but the problem is some of this stuff I physically can't delete.
Why do you say that?
Well, let's think. We have Mirik's house, all the different towns, the strongholds you made, and the bases of the places, the stores, and like 2 or 3 future things that you're going to encounter. And somehow that takes up like everything. That's like 33 pages archived, not including the ones I have in the bar.
Let's start the campaign. Let's resume the campaign.
Are you loaded?
Dun, 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 dun,
Grove, did it finally load?
dun. Finally loaded. I'm good. Let's
Okay.
do this.
Okay, last we left, Mirik and Falsus and Dimos had ambushed nightmare creatures, Stitchwork nightmares, and were being approached by a very, very odd individual. Now we shall return to that time, and need to figure out a better way to do like a Twilight Zone parody, but I'm not sure how.
Technically, I'm not seeing it. I'm in shadows. I was in shadows.
Well, fine. Fine. You won't see the giant tree zombie scythe-armed man. I'm pretty sure even if you're in shadows, you see this thing. It's nightmare incarnate. Oh, God.
Did you change the view?
What do you mean?
Have you like
Back
change
the
it to the actual
Player
map?
thing.
Wait.
Map? Because I just see the welcome.
The welcome screen.
It should have changed. I moved the player marker. I'm not joking. I have video evidence. I have video evidence where I moved the player marker.
Refresh.
Don't refresh. Don't refresh. What you do? Drag it welcome screen, and then drag it to wherever you want us.
It should be working now. Is it loading you guys in?
Absolutely not. I'm refreshing.
Tell me refresh because I don't want to try to load this again.
By the way, I think you are talking through the game chat because you have a little message.
Muted myself, so.
Okay, you muted it. I just know you have a little message bubble over your name.
Well, says that I'm not talking. That's a somehow that means mute.
That makes absolutely no sense. They're called speech bubbles for a reason. Not mute bubbles.
Did it work? Or is it still broken?
Dragon. It's critical hitting. It is loading critical hitting.
I'm talking to Crow because I know he's still in.
It's
Crow, did it load the trees and the nightmare creature and Demos and Mirik?
Doing it until because I don't want to pointlessly load the same page. Okay.
What?
Refreshing what? I don't know why.
The milk is unseen by all.
Don't know why it decided to break, but it decided to break. I'm sorry, everything has gone to
blame
shit.
milk. Milk was obviously breaking the fourth wall. He did not wish for a session down.
Fuck you, Mirik is gonna die if that's the case. I will smite him from the heavens. If he's the problem, he will die. It might seriously
Milk
be
has
with
one
your
sick-
inventory. With your inventory, it might seriously be.
Fault Zeus has more spells than I have.
You have more inventory shit, though. Your inventory is like double the length of a normal character sheet.
Lies and slanders, I say. Lies and slanders.
I don't.
You seriously just
Not of the
what you could do is you could give him a tabby thingy that literally is just his inventory.
I might do that.
You could give him a handout that he can edit that is his inventory.
That doesn't actually. I'm pretty sure that won't actually help with the way this is, with how much stuff. Are we all at the thing?
There'd be a lot of copying.
Are we all at the thing?
I'm here.
Torches might be something. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good.
Not here, but I'm here.
Wait, do you see? Is
Yeah,
it still
like
loading,
it's
or are you at the trees? Or with the
Shut
trees and the road and the? Can you please stop bouncing, Mirik? It's seriously distracting me.
See the yokai fox. I see what I think is Wolfie. I see some sort of green whip thing. A lot of
No, that's a stone golem. That's a stone golem.
It's an earth elemental.
I know, that's a
Weird
stone
things
golem.
happened.
Close enough.
Where were we? Oh yes.
Milk was only part of it halfway.
You see this creature not walk, but appear next to Demos. And you get a decent glimpse at its face. It does not have eyes. It just has two mouth holes, and then a normal mouth that is stitched close. The right side of its body appears to be rotting off, and where there should be a left arm, there is a giant mantis scythe made out of bronze and copper. Mirik, why are you moving?
The thing. I'm looking at the other dead people.
Mirik? You would
Is
not
it
have...
just me, or does this dude's left arm look like the things growing off of the? Oh no, does this dude's left arm look at the things on like all these dead things?
That's intentional, yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
But
Yeah.
where were we? And as this thing approaches, it cocks its head to the side, and then appears to go into the earth itself, and then reappear right below one of the ones you killed earlier, and proceed to stab it multiple times with its left arm nightmare thingy.
Okay.
Yes, and I do
Can I roll?
believe that...
Can I roll insight?
Yes, roll insight. And I do believe that, Crove, note my ping. Crove, note my ping.
$14 or 17. I don't know which one. Which one was the first one?
Yeah, it's the 19. But yeah.
What ping?
You can okay. You
The
see what
ping right now.
the ping there, because of as you're noticing this, Mirik, you see it's judging by the way it looks.
Yeah, I was like zoomed all the fuck
Oh
in.
yeah, it was it looks like it's one of the creatures, but it appears to hate them with a burning passion. Yes, it appears to hate them with a burning passion, as it is currently stabbing this thing like 1,000 times over. And I believe you also managed to notice out of the... Make a wisdom saving throw, actually. As you appear to notice just a blur of shadow and, Crove.
I have a +6 to wisdom.
No, Crove, get your actual character.
You said a blur of shadows, so I put the shadow out there.
Don't put the shadow thing. Just get your actual character sheet when we're doing this stuff. What's your save DC again?
16.
What's your save DC again?
17. 17?
Yeah, Mirik, you just write it off as a trick of the light and just go right back to noticing this thing constantly. Basically, windmill stabbing with only one arm to stab with. And he's aiming specifically for where the sigil is that you saw on these nightmare abominations.
Do I know that it's like the other? Or that you see evil? That is the question. Scratch that.
Well,
is he helpful?
He's currently stabbing the thing you just killed so many times that it's being pulverized and probably even being flattened by something that's sharp. So, you make your determination on that. Crove, you can attempt to move closer or whatever you want to do, by the way. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I wish to pop out of the shadows with the cannon in my hand.
Okay, so I move there. I'm going to, with advantage, because I am
hiding.
Attacking from out of fucking nowhere.
Yes.
Where the fuck? I'm gonna do this.
Okay, so where is it? I think
Killer's it.
Yeah. Okay, so he needs to take a wisdom. Yes, guys, that's what it looks.
Silent kill. This is the ultimate silence kill.
Yes, it is, and it technically doesn't count as you attacking, so you won't even be revealed. And he needs to take a wisdom save, I do believe.
I'm targeting the thing that's trying to stab the thing to death, because I'm pretty
It's
sure
already
this is
dead.
the thing that stole my bagpipes.
It's already dead.
Yeah. You start your
it's
incantation, and as you do, you see this thing just still windmilling and just look up. And well, I say look up, it doesn't have eyes. Its head goes up, and you just, for a second, you think, oh shit. And then it disappears.
I wanted to talk to him.
And then reappears. Right behind you.
Oh. Yeah, well.
From what I'm getting at, I'm in my spirit form.
Well, technically you're not,
It
because
wouldn't
you
know I'm
didn't say. Because you're technically not, because that's not in spirit form, by the way.
Hiding in
It's
the
just
shadow.
normal.
And how else does he do that?
What do you mean? That's just like in general. Just like the spirits and shadows coalesce around you just when you're trying to hide. That's not even requiring spirit form. By the way, anyone who's confused, we made a custom class. He's using the custom class.
From a creature and miss it with a ranged attack. So yeah.
Here's the thing.
I'm not revealed at all.
He has blind sight. He has blind sight. He doesn't need to see.
Yeah,
they can kind of
noticing
just
it disappeared without talking to me. I wish to fire a cannon. A cannon. I popped out with the shadows.
Where do you fire it?
You know? Directly at him.
Okay, I need both of you to. I need Crove to make a deck save. This is how people get introduced with Mirix around. Make a deck save.
That's fucked up. Never mind.
He
failed. So
he failed the deck save.
23 points of fire damage. 23 points of fire damage.
Not one on that thing. Does he take double the damage since he went out?
Yes! And this one's weaker than the other, so he might die.
After that happens, I yell, that's what you get for running away from me. Do the top.
I have 69 hit points left.
Remember, it's half. It's half because you passed the deck save. So it's not 23, it's... What's half of 23?
No.
I failed it. I got a 13.
No, you got the 18 because it's your first roll. It's your first roll.
First one was dexterity, not a...
No, his dex is... He rolled a dexterity, which is
that. Okay, so yeah, you took the full brunt of it. Sorry about that. This is how people get introduced to Mirix. Basically getting bitch slapped.
No, but like I have 20... health gone. I'm at exactly 69 health points.
I'm looking at the thing I just shot the cannon, pouting at him for not talking to me.
You do realize its mouth is stitched shut, right?
What am I gonna do?
Its mouth is stitched shut.
So, it's probably some telekinetic powers.
Nope.
You could probably speak in the mind.
Nope.
Place.
Nope.
Well, he can only blame himself. He should have sown his.
Look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast. Hold on.
But he needs to say what happened.
Yeah.
Do you mind if
So,
I use minor illusion?
Give me a moment to describe what happens.
As
he pops out and he just force behind you, Mirix screams out, unleashes this giant canister of fire and death that engulfs that area, burning away 2 of the trees, actually, if I remember correctly, with how powerful that thing is. And no, it's more than 2. It's more than 2. It's more than 2.
You mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees? 5 trees.
Burning away the trees to ash. As you Crove, just see this giant fireball of death come for your face. And you are not able to move quick enough to avoid it.
What I'm gonna do, in the flash seconds that I see my tree go away, can I use like a quote-unquote reaction to stuff to like cast?
You can use reaction to cast any spell that has a casting time of reaction.
Sure, well, give me a second to look at my spells.
I don't think you have any spells that have a casting time of a reaction, though.
He's on fire.
I don't think...
Can I just cast something?
You can cast something after the tree burns down. You can cast something because you after the tree burns down, you can cast something.
Wait. I cast minor illusion and make it look like to make myself look like a villager.
Oh, I'm an illusion major. I'm an illusion major.
You allow me to do that. To use myself
you have to
and make myself look like
You have to wait till the tree burns down. And And are you 5 foot cubic? Are you bigger? Are you smaller than 5 foot cube?
I wanted to be a 5-foot midget.
Are you a 5 foot midget?
Yeah, I'm a 5-foot
It has to
midget.
be no larger than a 5 foot cube for the minor
I'm a
illusion
5-foot
to
midget.
work. You are?
Midget.
Are you really? You really that small?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I'm back. What were you talking about with minor illusions?
He wants to cast minor illusion on himself, make him, since he's 5 foot
I'm a
apparently.
5-foot midget.
Apparently, he can cast minor illusion on himself.
What are you going?
A minor illusion of myself to make myself look like a villager in that split time. To make him
It
think,
only lasts a minute.
but I can like talk to you and then get away in that 1 minute.
This
You
would
don't know
not
they'll
work
leave.
simply because there's literally a spell that does the exact thing you're talking about called Disguise Self that is not minor image. It has to be like a foot, I think, is the limit.
I actually have that spell. Why don't I just use that? Guys, so.
Then why did you want minor image?
Also, you do realize that now
don't wanna
he's
use
seen
the
you.
level ones
He's
both a
seen
lot.
you. You like after the tree burns down, he sees you. So doing this probably wouldn't help.
As I see him as a tree burns down, can I wave? Howdy, buddy.
Yeah. After Crove, after you see the tree in front of you burn down and think, "Oh shit," for about a second, you see this shadow dragon Yuan-Ti that looks just black and gray, as well as this demon in full plate mail, and this shadow dragon Yuan-Ti just waves to you and says, "Hi, howdy, buddy."
Howdy, buddy.
Looking at this shadow dragon, and I'm looking at the thing in front of me, and I'm thinking the shadow dragon is worse.
Trust me, as a DM, it is.
Do we do initiative? Do we do initiative?
That depends if you're gonna try to talk or what.
What is this thing dead?
Thing
Or is it
dead.
alive?
No, it's still alive. You burned it badly, and
You never
it's apparently like
finished
almost.
describing it.
It's not limping, but he's just like, well, can't speak, but you get what I mean. Just like holding chest at this point.
Just that's it.
Like
Is
some
I'm
of
going
the
to,
rotten body parts are like frayed a little bit now, and it's trying to hold itself together.
What I'm gonna do is I'll put my hands together, and I'm going to Ray of Frost creature that's right next to me. Have the dragon teeth.
Yeah, you can do the Ray of Frost, and then we're rolling initiative.
Does this thing?
After the Ray of Frost. After the Ray of Frost, we'll roll initiative.
Okay. I don't feel like rolling initiative for everyone. So
Let me roll a dice for something.
Baby, buddy.
Okay, and you take...
That's enough one.
Yep, okay. So, as you start thinking about this, and you try to just reactively turn and fire off this coalescing frost energy from your hands, it doesn't quite work right, and you mess up one of the incantations, and it bounces back at you, and you take 1 point of cold damage.
All I got to say is this: as the fireball was launched, Dimios just pulled out popcorns and just sat down.
I should have done spectral hide because I don't use a spell slot to cast invisibility.
Okay, I'm gonna answer.
Okay, so initiatives.
Initiative, yes.
I think I need to open up Dimios' character sheet.
Don't roll for Demios if you don't want to, simply because he's, you know,
I want a nat 20. I want a
He
nat
did-
20.
Oh
Wait,
no!
who's not
Oh
20?
god. Crove, you're about to see one of my rules on nat 20s on initiative. He gets 2 turns.
Mwah.
On the
Oh,
first
Before
round of
we
combat
start
only.
going
On the
fucking
first round of
crazy.
combat only. On the first round of combat only, he gets 2 turns.
What I'm right now trying to do is because I'm pretty sure he didn't like see me exactly, so I'm trying to play off that I'm a beginning. I'm a villager from the town that starting at magic. I'm trying to be very
you
deceptive.
trying to make
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that he thinks I'm not what I am.
Yeah. So I think I have priority over the thing that they
Yes,
false
you
22
do.
instead of a natural 22.
Yeah, you do. Go with your 2 turns. Please don't kill this guy. Or do kill this guy, I don't care anymore.
You change like the order. I'm below the 22 because that arrow you can just like cycle through.
But he could just do descending.
Can't be the
Could just do
I
22.
just did, guys.
Oh,
Can you
one of
please
my
stop
bonus
talking about
action-
it? I literally just changed it.
As a bonus action, I shall sprout my wings.
What?
And then shall take flight and one head first into the thing while launching my claw at it.
Okay.
Okay. Roll a strength
What?
check. Roll a strength check. You're going to need to roll a strength check if you're ramming with your
This
claws.
is-
If you're basically ramming right now, roll a strength check.
As I ram into it, I shall attack with my claws, dragon claw gloves.
That's gonna take both your actions to do that,
16.
by the way. That's gonna take both your actions because of the amount of shit that is. That's gonna take both your actions to do. Because of the amount of shit that is.
Wow, dude.
That's ramming and attacking.
Flying towards him, attacking him with my claws.
That's ramming into
I'm
him
flying at him and using.
and trying to figure out how to attack. The amount of time this takes would not be covered under the 6-second rule. Okay.
I have 150 flight speed. No, 120.
No, you don't. You
flight.
have 60. Remember, we changed it.
No, you didn't change it uphill.
Was meant to be. Anyway. Okay. So, as you attempt to ram into him, you see as as he sprouts his wings, they unfurl. He goes into the air, starts slamming down almost like a meteorite, hits into this beast, and just basically goes, and the beast does not move, as he is basically rooted into the ground.
Oh, him.
And he is actually, yes, he's hit. He's hit. Roll damage.
Okay.
And as that happens, you
my
manage to get
claw
one good
coming
slice in
into
with your dragon claw gloves, and he is, and it slices right across him, and now he's even more afraid and trying to hold himself together, and he's not having a good time. Blood sprayed out of him onto you. Yeah, he's
And
not
I
having a
have
good
one bonus action left. My last bonus action. I shall dive into the shadows. Dives into the shadows.
Okay, I'm not sure if that's possible here. For one really good reason. There are no shadows here.
I technically quite a shadow. He quates a shadow. As it's noon, everyone has a shadow I can jump in. Including myself.
What just happened with the light? What just happened with the light? What just happened? Mirk, what did you do?
I made it so that I have an aura.
Can you turn
did? I
off
don't
the
see
aura?
Yeah, but
Please. It's very distracting.
Hey, yeah.
unless it's noon, there's a shadow, as in he has a shadow, and I can dive into.
With how much you slept, it is noon.
Who the
His
fucking
name-
move?
Like dead on noon, like perfect noon.
Who the fuck is Goofy?
You're complaining about this.
Okay.
Yet
well,
he's almost dead.
action Sarge, action Sarge, action Sarge.
Fine.
I have action Sarge. I am gonna do things. I am gonna do things. Dragon Claw again.
And you miss.
16.
Oh.
Assuming that doesn't hit.
Nope. As you try to take your Dragon Claws and go for another hit,
Well, I'm
he
just stating.
he just barely manages to deflect it with the arm.
As I'm just floating there, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm just floating now. Flapping my wings, floating there, but you know what?
So first, this thing is going to. Oh my god! This thing is going to. Give me a moment. This thing is going to disappear into the ground. Basically, just descend into the ground into nothing. Before you ask, no, you do not get an attack of opportunity with this ability. And he's going to.
So no
No attack of opportunity.
attack of opportunities.
No, not when he uses that ability,
Good.
because he's basically blinking out of the way of you. So, he's basically teleporting.
That is
So he
good.
descends into the ground and then reappears a little bit away, and you can see he is literally shaking the giant arm in basically the way to say, "Please do not, please stop." He doesn't have a white flag to wave, but if he could, he would be. It's your turn.
So
Citizen
here's the
King.
only thing. He's saying please stop and trying to surrender.
He's not saying
Is
please
he
stop.
the
He's
dude
not
that
saying
does-
it. He's just like basically trying to put up the hand signal of please stop because he can't speak.
So a peace sign.
Basically.
The only
peace
issue I
sign.
have with this is he one of the people that was involved with stealing my bagpipes?
You
You can
do, but
ask him.
here's the thing.
Could ask.
Here's the
Yes.
thing. You saw one thing. When he did, you saw that he had all of his skin, and he also had a symbol. That symbol is gone. That symbol was on those mantis creatures, and it's also
Minus
gone.
one
And it's there.
intelligence.
Well,
Issue with you, what you're trying to get me to do here is I have -1 intelligence.
roll an intelligence save.
Will I be able to get a reaction?
Just for jokey jokes, roll an intelligence save. We'll see if you think that this guy is
Could I do
been
a
screwed
reaction?
over by these people. You gather that you can gather that this was one of the people that were there, but something seems different about him now than it was before. Well, it. I shouldn't say him, it. Now than before.
Interesting.
It even
Here's what
seems
I
weaker.
do. Hold
It
up.
even seems weaker than it was.
What the hell does hallucinatory train do again? Sorry.
Weed it.
Us,
Oh wow, you still haven't put that spell in. How could you? How could you not? is a better thing.
What spell?
What I
The
wanna
mouth
do
spell.
is- could I use hallucinatory terrain as like mass hallucination, essentially, to make the dude to my left see sparkles and sunshine, and the dude in front of me seem like he's captured?
I don't
that's-
think
that's-
you can do
I
that
think I
with
can do
hallucinatory
that.
terrain, but there might be another spell in the illusion list that you have that might be able to do that. I'm not sure what it would be, but I think maybe Minor Illusion actually might be able to do the rope thing, but I'm not sure.
No, isn't
That's
that
not in my
pulling
spell
yourself into a dimension? That's a different dimension spell. You essentially have a warp drop down that leads to a different dimension, like hidey ho. Hidey, hidey, hidey ho. Hidey, hidey, hidey ho.
I have no idea like what to do here. So he seems
You can be
different, but I don't really have anything to subdue. I only have things to kill.
Well, you can act like you're confused by it, not do anything. Like, what? What is this thing doing?
I'm probably just gonna get it. I'm not going to attack, but what I'm going to do is,
Technically, you can attack me. Attack me.
attack you. I'm right now trying to hide and be. Right now, what I'm going to do just to try to even put layers on the deception to try to. Because right now I still have the illusion up that I'm just a helpless villager. Can do that. I'm just
Technically, I
what
haven't
he's going
seen
to.
you do anything, so.
What he's gonna do is he's gonna go up. All he's gonna do is he's gonna like, please, sir, I'm just dotted. Magic, I can't really do this. Help me. And he just kind of like backs up and tries to pretty much just get out of range. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He just tries to get out of range of the demon.
Okay, well,
Am I considered demon looking?
you are a black and gray giant snake that has wings. What do you think?
That has spotted wings? Okay, so I'm assuming that's Headstone.
Is it Grove? Is that the end?
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prepare the action to, if he like goes after me or attacks me, a guiding bolt at it if it tries to rush me.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to prepare for a spell, which is something you can do as a reaction. So that's smart. What should I do
It's like-
since I just...
It's gonna kind of like do it behind my back, so like he doesn't like notice at all, and I'm just like spell it if the situation is okay.
Okay.
And
And Mira
like
gets-
hard balling.
Yeah. Actually, roll a sleight of hand if you're trying to do it behind your back. now that I think
I
about
shall
it. Roll a
use
sleight of
some
hand.
magic...
Roll a sleight of hand, Crove.
I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, he sees nothing. You are very, very goddamn stealthy. You do it behind your back, and you could beat most magicians in Vegas.
Guess what?
Remember,
Funny
right
thing
now,
is,
it
in
comes
my
to your
way,
turn,
it's
Mirik, and he is
also-
currently
I
just,
have
like,
lightning.
waving, trying to get you to stop, and is currently looking like he's very bloodied and hurt. Literally, some of his
I
rotten
wish to
flesh
use my
starting to fall
helm
off.
of telepathy. I wish to use my helm of telepathic.
Okay, I believe that lets you cast
I
detect
need to
thoughts.
get proficiency in sleight of hand somehow. I really need to.
Well, you do know there are feats there's a feat for every single skill that exists that just gives you proficiency in that skill.
I might want to get like a feat for being like a thief.
Helma telepathic.
Okay.
What does that do again?
You
I
can
want to
cast
know what
detect
that does.
thoughts.
I know.
You can cast detect thoughts. Spell save DC is 13, and as long as you maintain concentration, you can use a bonus action to send a telepathic message.
Okay, I wish to do that.
Be
Okay.
focused.
Helma telepathic.
He's going
Have to
to.
be focused.
I'm going to say that he can willingly fail this, so you don't murder him horribly. But yes,
It
as you,
has to make
I'm saying
make
he
it,
willingly
a
fails.
saving.
I'm saying he willingly fails.
Which you can do. You can actually willingly fail.
Also, what is that? All that beeping?
What the hell is going on?
Lazy.
That's a phone, I think.
Lazy.
There's nothing beeping.
Wait,
I have lazy muted. No idea. I don't hear anything beeping.
Oh god. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah.
Okay.
You cast it, and
I'm
you focus
guessing
for a
that's
second.
an action. Do you do that?
Yes, I do believe. And
Okay.
and all you hear this swarm in your brain that just says, "Please stop!" Like 1,000 times over.
Yeah. Well, I have a bonus action. I'm assuming my wing of my wing is a bonus action. The wing of
Your ring of telekinesis is an action.
Oh, okay. Well, the action I'll do is a safer wing of spell storage, which I have black tentacles stored in, and I'm gonna cast it on top of him to make sure he doesn't get away. That's
Okay.
a 20-foot
Why are you
radius.
casting something on me?
I don't want you to leave.
Oh god, you're about to be hentied to death?
Is there anything I could do? Like, I just fucked.
Well, you have to make a dex.
At the start of your turn.
Flying
hell
like
yes.
30 feet in the air.
At the start of your turn.
Yeah.
Well, you could choose to release the bolt if you want to, because that technically does count as a hostile action towards you. As you
Yes,
see
you
these
could
giant
release the
black
bolt.
tentacles swarm
Release it
around
on
you.
him? I'm not gonna release it on him because that would be stupid. I would die very, very fast. I have enough intelligence to know that.
And can I just speak normally to the creature since he can most likely heal?
Yeah. As far as you know, he can hear. In either way, you can literally send a telepathic message using the helm, so...
I shall just say, stay put.
Okay.
Stay put, and I won't kill you. Simple as that.
And I'm guessing that's the end of your turn? After doing all that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So as that happens, and just... He just stays there. And, Sigurd Sanders, as you see these giant black
like,
tentacles
I
of
see
death
this.
come around you, I need you to make a dex save.
Make a dex save.
I'm just screaming and yelling bloody murder because this scares me half to death.
Okay. He succeeded.
Yes, you managed to dodge out of the way of some of them grabbing you and pushing you to the ground. And, what will you do, as you are currently surrounded by hentai tentacles?
I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Cthulhu!
I see
What's
these,
happening?
and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, all I do is like, or do
You
does that
can
let me?
move.
Okay, so
You
I
can't-
move
you
even
can't.
farther away.
He can move.
Yeah.
Because he didn't get stuck.
Yes, he gets stuck so he can move. Yes, I
You're
know how the spell
you're
works.
dashing?
It was a main part of your ambush, remember? Yes. As you see that,
Yeah, I know.
and you just sprint. You just using your legs. You just and you are away. You are a bit away now.
Okay. So I'm assuming it's my turn since I'm flying at max height.
Still
The
have
tentacles can't touch
range
me.
with guiding bolt. Yeah, so I still have guiding bolt behind my back.
Actually,
and I still have range
wait.
on the demon.
Crove, you have to mark off a spell slot for your guiding bolt. When you ready a spell, you have to mark off the spell slot, even if you don't use it.
Okay, so it's my turn since he only has a bonus action left. Again, he doesn't wish to do that.
Oh, the
Yeah.
deal. Do I have to spend 2 spell points if I keep it up, or is it just the 1?
It's just the one.
No,
As long
dude,
as
it's
you
the
have
one.
it up.
Like
it
each
takes-
time, like when you prepare to cast a spell as like when you do the I hold my spell as a reaction. If you don't use it, it uses up the spell slot. So when it came back to your turn, you lost the spell slot for guiding bolt, and now you'd use another spell slot to cast it up again.
Okay.
So wait, okay, because you're lagging. Let me try to say it so that okay. So if I don't use spell by the start of my next turn, I just get fucked.
Yes, you lose the spell slot that would have been used to cast it.
I think I'm gonna be going.
So do I or do I not lose a spell slot?
You lose the spell slot for the guiding bolt that you had
I think I
ready,
will be going.
and you lose the spell slot for what you had readied before.
And if you want to keep it ready, you have to say when you first used it for a reaction. Since you didn't use it that turn, that spell gets dispelled, and you have to cast another one. Reaction. You don't have to cast it since technically you used your action, so you can't cast it for a reaction.
All right.
So you only used one spell slot to start off with. Since you didn't use it, it's gone.
That's fucked up.
I'm assuming it's my turn now.
Which is the spell that's like the bonus action attack thing? Because I think I picked that up.
You mean the spiritual weapon?
Have it. I
Give
should
me a moment.
Have it.
You keep talking amongst yourselves, but when it gets to your turn, give me a moment.
Is it my turn? Is it my turn? I wish to do
On
something.
the turn because I'm confused of where my spell went.
I'll be
I
back.
did-
I'll be
Yes.
going.
I think
gone.
I think I just opted not to take it. Apparently, I don't know why I didn't.
Do you have the bonus action spell? If you don't, then you can't cast another spell as a reaction. So,
I know,
like, the
but
first time,
Oh, fair.
pick it up.
apparently you didn't.
Mirik, I think it's your turn.
Uh,
I think, unless Nickerson has
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm 30 feet above the ground.
Yes.
I'll be
Well,
going
knowing
back.
that thing is not bothered, I'm gonna just ignore my terrain things. Tentacles aren't 30 feet in the air, and get right here. Without
No,
dashing, just normal movement.
Well, I'll be going down. I don't have anything to do right
Still
now.
30 feet in the air. I'm gonna look down at him like, what you doing?
Respond, or is that like not a thing I can do?
You can respond if
I
someone
remember I
directly asks you
talking-
a question.
Very much just look at him. I'm like, I'm getting away from you because you're fucking crazy.
Okay, after he does that, Don't you want to stay? I pull out some of my weaponry. I have so many things I don't need. I'm assuming that would be persuasion.
Yeah, make a persuasion check. And what's your basic stance on this, Crove? I need to know your basic stance on this.
The fuck out.
Well,
Who have I? Wait.
well, as a DM, I'm trying to get you to be a party, but
No, here's my plan. I'm trying to.
Wait, you're trying to do what? I think you just cut out.
To resist, like, because clearly he does. Like, I haven't seen him do anything except for this cannon, so I'm trying to do insight because it's like, this dude wants to kill me.
He does. Wait, Mirik, do you want to kill him? I actually have to ask you that question. The fact I actually have to ask you is worrying.
No, I don't want to kill him.
Do you want to terrify him? Do you want to terrify him?
No, I want to slave him into my mass army. No, I'm going to put him in my mass army. I have to convert all of the NPCs.
You heard what he just said, basically. That's his stance.
Convert them all.
Like, he's still, like, off-put. He still doesn't trust it entirely because he never is one to trust easily. So.
Okay, so, I shall do one thing. I still have 10 movement.
What?
I'm gonna drop a dagger. Yeah. Dropping a dagger right now. One of my dragon teeth daggers.
In 1 hour. Final.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
So,
one of my daggers is on the floor.
As that happens, you just see him drop one of his daggers and fly away. And start to fly away. And is that the end of your turn?
Have I used actions, bonus actions? Have I used actions or bonus actions? I don't know why.
Sorry about that. Just background.
You've used a bonus action. You haven't used an action. I'd say it takes a bonus action to, like, drop that weapon.
Yeah.
From 30 feet without it landing on his head.
So what did he do? Did he drop the dragon teeth?
I dropped one dragon tooth dagger.
Yeah, right in front of you. And then flew away.
So I just kind of slowly go down to pick it up.
Yeah, we'll get to that when it gets to your turn. We'll get to that when it gets to your turn.
Oh!
But he has to finish up his turn because he still has an action.
What does it cast? What does it cost to do Unseen Servant?
Unseen Servant's a bonus.
I think it's an action, actually.
Okay.
Let me double check. What do you think?
If it's a bonus action, can I do it as an action?
No.
Horses.
Yeah, it's an action. Unseen Servant's an action. Unseen Servant's an action.
I shall do Unseen.
Thing is an action, but the to make it do things is a bonus action. That makes no sense. Okay.
You have Dull Stab, and you're questioning that.
I also my snake can do things. My snake can do things on my turn. Oh, my snake is slither down to the tree. But how tall are the trees? Roughly, how tall are the trees?
Like to 10 to 15 feet, because they're near the road and they basically cultivate the things. So you'd be dropping him 15 feet. He'd probably die.
To survive a fall?
He'd die. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He'd die.
Says my snake. Of course, his snake. Okay, I've used everything. That's the end of my turn.
And he is
Alright.
basically trying to stitch himself back together after all of that shit went down. Not stitch back
Can
together,
I say
actually.
something in
just pull
response to him
together.
doing that?
You hear
Can I
constantly...
say something in response to him trying to do that?
I don't think you have anything that could be used in response to that, is the thing.
So, like, with the
I could say-
with
I could-
the dagger in hand that he dropped for me,
You have to move heal.
as far as possible to this thing, anything here, and then I'm going to throw the dragon tooth dagger at this fucker.
Roll a dex check and add your roll just a dex check for the simplicity of hitting something with this.
Is this at disadvantage?
Oh.
It's this
11. You rolled 11.
Yeah.
disadvantage.
So here's about what happens. You pick up
Oh,
the
wait,
dagger.
no,
You run up.
Actually, no, wait. He entered the tentacles. He's entered the tentacles.
Oh shit! Yeah, the tentacles are still there.
He
Do you
entered
want to
the
evoke that
tentacles.
action because the tentacles are there and they would try to get you, or do you want to keep going through with that?
Yes, I would like to revoke that action because I didn't know the tentacles stayed around.
They stay for a minute. I
The
forgot.
tentacles last for...
A minute.
Yeah.
Ooh, can I sleight a hand a dull stab because I can kind of do it like behind my back with the dragon teeth dagger.
Roll a
Can I do that, please?
roll a sleight of hand check. And
Oh
this
my
is at
god,
who?
I'm gonna fail one of these eventually.
This is it's right now. This is at who? This is at who? It's still gonna hit them. They're just gonna see it. So this is at who? They're just gonna attempt to. Person.
This is for
Who is
this
it at?
dude.
Okay.
Are you close enough to do that?
It has like a range of 120
I have
feet, I think.
ridiculous range.
Yeah, it's like 120. Wait, he has spell
Plus,
sniper
also I
too.
have spell snipers.
Does that affect it? I don't think that affects it actually, because I think those require ranged spell attacks, not save. I'll trust
Yeah,
you on this, but we'll check that after.
after.
We'll check it after. I think. It's
No, it has to be a ranged spell attack. It's not a save.
yeah.
Okay, then make that
So
attack.
yeah.
Make that attack.
So I can't do that. Okay, I move 10 feet in order to hit.
You can move like right next to me,
10
okay?
feet where?
Because everywhere else is black tentacles of death. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like there's only one nut
Okay.
within
Okay.
the tentacles.
As you do this, and you think you do it stealthily, behind your back, you under your breath mutter the incantation, and you have the voodoo doll, and you do the thing, and he fails. And suddenly, Mirik, you actually see this because of your passive perception being high enough with his sleight of hand being that low. You actually see him go behind his back and stab a voodoo doll. And in the exact same place he stabbed the voodoo doll, the creature appears to just flinch and and appear like it's taken damage when nothing seems to have hit it. And and you hear, because you're still connected, you hear just this horrid scream in your brain.
Okay. I know what I do. I know what I'm gonna do.
And
Dual stab is 120 feet of range anyway.
oh yeah,
Within
that's
20
right.
feet
It's
of
ridiculous range. It's ridiculous range for doll stab. I forgot. You'd think the custom spells
I
would
just
be
want to
easier to
stay
remember.
still then.
Okay. You'd still see it, but you're staying where you are. Okay, what do you want to do now? If you have a bonus action that you can use, which you might.
only
No,
bonus
he has
action
nothing.
I'm ever gonna use ever is Dual Stab's bonus action, so I'm just gonna end there.
Okay. Mirik, it's your turn after seeing all that go down. You can just end combat whenever you want. but
Can
you're
I
still going
roll,
through this.
Can I roll to see so I can know more about who he is? What he is
It would
specifically?
probably be like Arcana.
Actually, for this... Yeah. Probably.
This I'm just trying to figure out like why
For this, it probably
my
is.
spell isn't doing more damage.
It's Arcana? Okay, I have a +8. I can live with it. I can
Roll
live with
natural
being
one. Roll a natural one. Roll a natural one. I called!
I did.
Okay, so here's exactly what happens. You think on it for a second, and suddenly you just start thinking of donuts. And donuts envelop your mind. And because of this, you're trying to snap yourself out of thinking of donuts, and you have to slap yourself out of it. And you take 4 points of damage as you slap yourself to get out of thinking of donuts.
Well, okay. Well, I want to touch the ground. I'll use body movement to.
Does Dual Stab just start at 2d8 and that's why? No, what the?
No, Dull Stab's at
What
2d8.
it cost me an
I
action?
think. Because you're level. Because of your
assuming
level,
it
you're level
cost
2.
me an-
So it
I'm
should be at
assuming-
2d8.
I'm assuming it costs me an action to pull someone into the shadows.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh no!
With Ray of Frost and Chill Touch, I just can't. I can't.
And
it's
hiding
not
shadows is
making
a bonus
It's
action.
not upgrading the amount of dice rolled.
And the
It's
tree.
not upgrading the amount of dice rolled.
Go
Hiding
to where
shadows.
go to
Then
where
I'm-
go under the cantrips where it says cantrip progression and change it to dice. From none, probably. That's probably your problem.
It's on dice already.
And
Your
I
dice
want to
already.
reach out of the shadows, pull them in.
Make a
This-
strength check.
Ability
Reach
spell.
out.
Make a
Spell
strength check and I need you to make a
Will this be
strength
with
save,
advantage
bro.
since it's
Oh no, he sees you
Will this
still.
be with
He still
advantage
sees you.
unseen?
If
I'm
even
in
when you're a
shadows.
shadow, there's still
I'm in
very
shadows.
easy to see you.
Glasses.
When it's bright daylight.
Somebody that's built around being a shadow.
Can you make a strength save, Crow?
Come on, well lower than 8.
I can't.
It don't have to be
on,
much.
but nothing helping it so that I do the damage it's supposed to do.
Can you
Roll
please roll a
strength
strength
save.
save?
Not my best suit.
I'm assuming I pull them.
Wait, I have to describe everything that happens. Okay, so you land. So you see you see Mirik land. He just appears to meld into shadows itself, bounce out, grab you by the waist in a horrible, horrible form that should never work. But you were caught so off guard that he manages to pull you down, and suddenly you are in a land of just black and white. Both of you are in a land of basically just pure black and white with no color.
Essentially, the shadow failed.
So here's the deal.
I'll look at
Since I can cast
It's still my
invisibility
fault.
on myself without using a spell slot, I think I might just do that while I'm in this.
It's still my turn.
Yeah.
Well, like when it comes to my turn, and I think
You have to use your spirit
I think
form.
your turn's done anyway.
I can talk. I can still talk.
The skill doesn't say that I have to be in my spirit form.
It says, if I remember
think
correctly,
it's
it says when you enter spirit form, you can cast invisibility on yourself. Like, that's the actual exact wording. If I remember correctly. It should be. That's why I typed it in as, that's what it should be.
Me, him are pretty much in the shadow field. As I drag him down, I look at him. Welcome to
Yeah.
the Shadowfell,
It is.
my home dimension. And just look at him, with head tilted sideways, with wings fully spread as well. And then I say, "You shan't never escape me, you." Okay, that's my tone.
I think the only way I'm getting out of this is either A, if I deceive him, or B, I somehow
let me point this out to you.
do some shenanigans.
You'd know this because of what he just did. The only way you can physically leave the Shadowfell with what he has set up is basically if he lets you out of it. So you have to get him to let you out.
Oh,
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do
it's not your tone.
persuasion.
It's a thing, tone.
No, it's
And
his
it's been
turn. You can't
passed
see what the
every
thing's
single
doing.
time.
You can't see what the thing's doing. You're in an entirely other dimension.
I know. Yeah, I know.
So charisma isn't my strong suit, so I'm like, a villager, like in the next town, just learning. There's no need for you to keep me here. I'm going to be persuasion and deception, or are you just going to make me roll deception?
Just roll well, are you lying? That's the thing. Are you lying? If you're lying, it's pure deception.
He's lying about being a villager.
Yeah, deception.
A villager, I'm not lying that there's no need for him to keep me in here.
Well, actually, I'll let you choose.
Deception,
I'll let you
young
choose
one.
between deception or persuasion. But you're only going to use one of them, and I don't think it really matters that much for you. Mirik, roll an insight check.
Please.
21.
Yeah, Mirik, you feel like there's part of his stories that are true, but otherwise he is lying. He's lying about being a villager. You can tell that much. You can't tell if the rest of what he says is true or not.
Okay.
And, Snickus and Sanders, what is the rest of your turn? As you are currently being grappled by him, effectively.
I'm like, here's what I say. Let me show you the coolest trick I can do. I cast spirit form.
Okay, and are you going to be
form?
Are you going to be
Which-
using the spectral hide ability or no? So are you going to be turning invisible as well or no? Because they happen like
What all
simultaneously.
happens when I go into spirit form?
Well, as oh wait, I just realized something. Both of you are slightly translucent. I only just now realized that.
Hey, he's like me.
Yeah, because you would notice this. He's
I'm
slightly
slightly translucent
to
as
start
well.
with. But yeah, as Mirik, as you're grappling him, he appears to go even more and more Wait, Mirik, were you on the ground
Yes.
of the Shadowfell?
You technically, well, it depends. I would have my wings out, so probably not. Most likely not.
Crove, you're about to fall. Mirik, how high up are you?
Not too high, like 10 feet.
Okay, so I won't say you take damage for that.
No,
because
it
it's
doesn't
so
stay
little.
on the ground.
Yeah. So, as you
It's not that
see,
fault.
his
It's
form
survival.
seems to envelop itself, and spectral energy appears off of it as he slowly appears to... And you slowly seem to just completely lose your grasp, yet you're still keeping your grasp, and you're not quite sure what's going on. And he eventually just phases through your hands and falls about 10 feet. And you see... And by the time he's you say you're using Spectral Hide? By the time he's fallen, after all of this is settled, he's just completely disappeared. You can't see anything.
Okay. Okay.
I'm guessing you're wanting me to roll stealth.
Sending my turn?
If you want to be stealthy, I mean, you can basically talk to give away your position, or if you want to be stealthy, you can roll a stealth check. If you want to be.
I'm gonna roll stealthy right now, just so that he can't discern where I am right now. But if he's like asking where I am, I might talk. Just it all depends.
Okay. This is with advantage because
I get
you're
advantage
invisible.
because I'm invisible.
Yep. And that's higher than Mirik's passive perception, so unless he actively goes looking for you, he will not find you. And I think
Okay, so I'm assuming that's his turn.
I think because it talks in
My turn.
action. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the link is broken.
Well,
by the way,
I shall do-
I forgot to mention that, but you would notice this.
Yeah,
the link
the
with
link
your
is-
doll stab is completely broken because you're on a separate plane of existence.
I shall simply do one thing. I laugh maniacally. There's no running, no hiding, no escaping from my shadow family.
Watch you
My
rolling that
shadow
one on
family
perception.
home, and then I disappear up out of the shadow fell back into the original world, leaving you now.
Can circle work from dimension to dimension?
I think you can go between dimensions with teleportation circle if you spend the time to cast it. I hope so.
I don't think that actually travels dimension. I can.
It's 1 minute.
I don't think it's dimension though.
I'm double
You have to be
checking.
on the same
I'm
dimension.
double checking.
Might be wrong.
It doesn't say anything that it can't.
It says on the same
not
plane
like
of
a- it's
existence.
not like a-
It says on the same plane of existence.
On the plane of existence. So
Are you
You're not
going
on
to
the
try
same
and
plane of
shout up to
existence.
him? I'll let you try and shout up to him while he's leaving if you want.
I technically can heal him while he's in my area of the shadow, even when I'm not in now.
If you
As
want.
long as I'm
Like-
hiding.
Because, like, you do realize I'm still here.
So you're gonna just scream up to him,
yeah, I
basically?
kind of do know you're there. Escape. You just can't escape.
Because otherwise, Mirik just pops out and you're just stuck there right now. In this black and white, bleak universe that is effectively the hell of Dungeons and one of the hells of Dungeons and Dragons.
I try to persuade him to let me out. I'm like,
Can I just say I'm
just
ignoring
a
you?
helpless villager that has been taught a few tricks.
Mirik,
Can I just say I'm ignoring
you need
him
to
at that
roll a
point
charisma
because
saving
I
throw.
want to speak
You need
to
to
the
roll a
other
charisma
thing?
saving throw. You can't physically ignore this with the way this is going because of the way you're
I can't
sounding.
just ignore him?
No! He's speaking!
Why not? So?
Yeah, you
He's in
are
a different
compelled,
dimension.
in your dark heart of screwiness, you are compelled to get him
Well,
out of
he
the
has
shadow.
disadvantage since he's in a different plane.
Nope, because
Is-
I
I
say
think-
so,
I
and I don't want you to
think
kill
Sheldon-
the new player. Or
I'm
trap
not
him
killing
somewhere.
him. He's just stuck there for.
Mirik,
Just
you're
so
about
that
to have the
you have
DM
your
say
brother.
you die of a heart attack.
He's gonna come out. I'm just trying to deal with something besides him. Shouldn't take too long.
You realize how shitty you're being, and you pulled the guy out of the Shadowfell, and you both come out of the Shadowfell. Yeah. And you see the guy still standing there, and he's still,
Technically,
trying
I would have
patch
to go
it
back
himself.
in there.
I'm gonna say you can do this all in one because of the way your shadow hide works.
No, I grip.
So what are you going to do? The guy's still in the same
I'm
place.
confused. Whose turn is it at this? Because technically I was finished with my turn talking, which means would that be... Oh no. I don't know.
We'll say
So
that.
am I or am I not out of the shadow?
You're out of the shadow field, but my grip is tight on.
Well, his grip, you can't physically grab. You can't physically have your grip unless he wants you to be gripping him right now.
Wait, actually,
So
I
Snickerson
can't take him
Sanders,
out.
do you
I
want
have
to be? Do you want to be grappled by him or not? Because the way this
I want to. I
So do you want to be grappled or no? Because that's very important for this.
grapple. I want to be taken out of here. Like
Yeah.
you said, I know
Is
how
he
this
from the
works.
plane of Quick question: is he from the plane of shadow,
No.
aka the Shadowfield? Oh, okay. 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 So whose turn is it?
We'll say for the purposes of this that for all that you basically had to do a loop around. So it's your turn again, Mirik. We'll say that took a loop around basically to do with the persuasion check and everything. Okay, you're at 9.
So it's technically the
Sorry, Crove. I'm counting down the rounds you have left on your spirit form because it lasts a minute.
yeah.
Okay, what are you going to do, Mirik?
Well, is the thing still there?
Yeah, it's still there. It's trying to patch itself back up. Well, hold itself together.
Is he
really.
healing himself at the moment?
No, he's
Oh, he
trying
isn't
to
healing
stop himself
himself?
from collapsing.
Would Demios be healing him? Since
No, Demios is still sitting back eating popcorn.
causes. Well, it's at my turn. I can talk. Can I still talk for my turn in since he managed me pull him back in?
Dude, I said we had to do a loop
No.
around. It's the start of your turn. You have an
to
action,
talk.
bonus action, and talking.
Some
And
sort
stuff.
of signifier where the tentacles are.
So
Like-
can I still talk? Can I talk?
Yes, I literally just said.
As I'm
Like some
pulling
sort of
him out, can I talk? As I'm pulling him out, can I talk? Yes or no?
I just said yes, like 5 times over.
Oh, I couldn't hear you. You broke up. Well, as I'm pulling him out, I shall say, if you attack the thing, you will die. Very painful death. As I pull him out.
You or the creature.
The person I'm pulling out. The shadow.
Oh no! This is the character. He just does a whole insults.
That's all I say as I take him out of the... So, my turn ends.
The thing is literally taking its turn to try and not be fucked and try and get its... Like, I need both of you to roll intelligence checks. Just general intelligence checks.
Let's be low, even though this is literally my best stat. Called it. I can never get the best stat.
Grove,
My best
roll
stat
an
is
intelligence
bad
check.
ones.
Save or regular?
Check. Just a check, not a save. Not a save.
Just
check.
to check.
Okay, so, Mirik, as you're thinking, you think too hard and you get a migraine, and you take 3 points of migraine damage. And, holy shit. You've been rolling that last one.
That?
But, yeah.
It's
Crow,
because of intelligence
you
checks.
actually notice, and you can tell from your experiences and from when those bastards stole your most important, most prized possession of your bagpipes, that he appears, like you noticed earlier that his sigil was gone. It appears that he might have been basically cut off from whatever made these things. And it appears to be taking a toll on his physical form.
Dot damage.
And now it is your turn, Snickerson Sanders.
Sanders. Fuck. As like Sanders is like walking by, he's gonna be like him. I have some unfinished business to deal with. Six.
Okay. I just realized how weird that is. Do you
And,
realize how weird that is? You're just a distanceless voice that's just walking by him because you're still invisible. Just whoop.
So is it my turn yet?
I mean, it depends on what Sanders. What do you want to do?
What's the bonus shit that I get to do because I'm in I'm being a
Alright.
advantage because I'm technically in stealth.
Well, what do you mean? What
Sniper.
What exact bonus stuff are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Because you have something in mind, it seems.
What is the actual advantage of
You get advantage on
trying to sneak around the tentacle
You get advantage on attacks when you're
right in
sneaking.
front of him.
People don't know where you are. I mean, it seems relatively simple what's sneaking and stuff.
So I'm gonna just cast Ray of Frost right in front of them.
Oh wait, I will inform you though.
Around as like an intimidation.
You cast something, it does end the invisibility. It counts as normal invisibility, so like casting a spell and stuff does end it. You'd still be in your spirit form.
Oh
but
wait,
your
okay, so
invisibility would be gone.
not then Ray of Frost. I cast Prestidigitation and keep the invisibility.
No, it's casting or attacking.
Does he have the Shokol ability?
It's doing anything.
Yeah, you need the Shokol ability.
He has
Yeah, I have
Shulker, but
Shulker.
he's invisible.
Does he have-
That's not the problem. Stealthing isn't the problem, it's his invisibility.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's only for sneaking away.
I'll go for Prestidigitation, and my goal is to try to intimidate him into like giving me more information about what's going on.
So you gonna reveal yourself then?
Reveal my.
You have a high passive
I'm gonna
intelligence,
use
I'm gonna tell you
Prestidigitation
this
to
much.
make my voice-
He can't speak! His mouth is sewn shut! What part of this is so hard to understand?
I have -1 intelligence, but okay. Anyway,
I'm technically the only one that can speak to him.
Yeah, he's the only one
Speak
with...
to him. He's just gonna fucking kill him.
Remember, I did threaten him with his life. Like that.
You just all you said is that you can't kill him.
No, I said don't touch him.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a Ray of Frost, like my original plan was, and then intimidation to try to intimidation to try to get it so that at least he's more
skilled than he is
Okay.
right now. He's
So,
afraid of
I do
someone
need you to
killing
roll
him.
an attack roll. For the simple fact of if you roll a natural 1, I'm gonna make it hit him.
What a natural one. Well, he would have
can you
advantage
roll-
because
Yeah.
he is a bit.
So I would have advantage because
Oh yeah, you're invisible.
He is
You
invisible,
didn't.
so
You
all
didn't.
attacks
You
are
didn't
bad.
fuck with the captive. Kind of captive. Guy who is currently falling apart, literally. Well, you managed to shoot right next to him and roll intimidation. Just roll an intimidation check
crit this.
with advantage because you shot a ray of frost right next to his face.
And he's kind of already afraid of me as well.
See, I
So,
was one off. One off.
Mirik, you can barely see this through the foliage of the trees, but you see this guy apparate, and he's still very, very translucent. Like, you can tell where he is, but he's just... He looks like a ghost right about now. And you see this blast of ice and cold expel from his hands, go right next to the captive's face, missing him by a fraction of an inch, by about 3 inches, and then he, oh shit, please respond, never mind that for now, and then he, you see the captive get even more afraid and is like trying to raise up his arm in like defense, but physically can't at this point, as it seems to be starting to just weaken to the point where he can't move almost.
Okay, so my turn.
Do you mind if I use this as like a bonus action because I technically haven't used a bonus action or reaction? And I'm like, I'm gonna try to like I talk to him and he's like, I turn back and I'm like, go away.
Well, talking, it doesn't cost action.
Fading away. He's lost his rights as a soldier. I think that's the best way for the. He's lost his
Can I
rights as a
collect
soldier.
him?
He's,
Yeah.
I mean, you can try to correct him, but he's basically got it dead on the mark.
Well, technically, he hasn't lost his soldier. Has lost connection. Created him. He is a construct. He slowly will weaken until he finishes. Pretty much.
Yeah, technically he's actually more right than you are. Because the way these constructs are made, they'll weaken a lot, but they won't die.
Well, yeah, weaken.
So he's
I'm
actually,
just saying the reason why he's weak.
Yeah, he was right. These constructs were made to be
Something.
soldiers. He's actually pretty much right on that. The sigil and everything was removed.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's his turn, I'm assuming?
I think it is, yes.
I was just trying to be like. I'm just trying to. I essentially used that like ray of frost as sort of like a.
Guess what?
I know that sounds weird.
Hey, for once I fully read Great Shadow. Guess what? Everyone but people from the shadow dimension can't move normally in here.
Luckily,
You have to be from the
I don't
plane
think
of
I'm
shadows.
bothered by any of that BS.
You have to be from the planes of shadows to be able to move in here. You're not from the planes of shadows.
Who's about to get
I have
retconned?
fate and
Who's about to get retconned? From existence.
I'm just slowing him down. I'm not killing him. It just makes him what he blindly wanders about. Simple as that.
I'm not joking, Mirik. You're about to get retconned. We go through this argument like every time you get on.
What? Argument of what?
You about to get retconned again?
Yeah, and then since I'm gonna move here, and with my action, can I reconnect the teleconnect stuff, the helm thing?
Yeah, you can reconnect it. He's not trying to avoid it.
I shall reconnect the telekinesis thing, and I shall speak to him. Speak, pretty much. Tell him to tell me.
Okay, for the sake of this, since he started to interrogate, can we say combat has ended? Is anyone going to take any hostile actions in the next bit?
No, but the shadows stay for him, so he's going to still be wandering about randomly without any rhyme or reason. The tentacles are gone, by the way. It's been a minute, but the shadow.
I'm gonna say, for the purposes of this, he actually can get by because he's partially entered the ethereal plane.
I mean, I'm literally, my entire class is purpose to be a shadow man.
Sadly, you're not from the plane of shadows.
But he's partially in the
Which is
ethereal
technically
plane.
what that says.
Like, he's not fully on the material plane right now. Like, 99% of him is in the ethereal plane right now. He's not fully on the material plane.
Mhm.
And your create shadows is on the material plane.
Have you seen Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yes, I have seen that.
Pretty much like that one chick. I'm pretty much like that one chick right now, minus the fact I can go through walls. Go through walls, or
You mean like Danny Phantom, pretty much, then?
He's part ghost,
Essentially
basically.
Danny Phantom. You even have a ghost form and a human.
More partially into the spirit realm. But yeah, he can get by or create shadows. Like, he can move through it normally.
Well, that's stupid.
He's in the
That's
elemental... He's in the ethereal plane, and your create shadows on the material plane. Like, 99% of it is in the ethereal plane.
It specifically says plane of shadow. All I'm saying. But you're the DM, you can avoid blood.
Note to self, remember to retcon Myrick from existence.
Also, wait, is create attack roll?
No, it's just something that
Okay.
happens. It's not an attack roll. I'm just literally swamping the area with.
So as you see these giant shadows engulf you, and you think for a second that something's going shitty, then you realize nothing's going completely wrong because you're still like 99% of you's in the ethereal plane, so you can just move through it normally. At least for the next minute. Wait! Oh, shit! Well, for a while, because that lasts for an hour, doesn't it? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I told you. That's
Getting retconned. I'm seriously retconning you, Myrick. You are changing something. I'm going to have to.
We can. Why? We can make it where I can dispel that. Let's just be simple. So it doesn't last forever.
I know, but still.
Would just dispel it, because his whole purpose of the create shadows was to stop me. So he probably would dispel the create shadows just because it's pointless.
You haven't met Myrick. Much.
It is.
99% of him is
Well, I would
pointless yet.
probably dispel it, noticing it's not affecting. Well, the whole point of it was to stop him. Since he isn't doing it, I would most likely dispel it.
Okay.
Since it'll only be a hindrance to the rest of.
Okay. And, now you were asking the guy a question?
I just want him to tell me everything. Simply that, everything.
Okay, give me a moment. You hear the voice in your brain just go... See... Kill. He will kill everything. He'll experiment on everything. And kill everything.
Could I technically connect my telekinesis to be able to hear what I'm doing?
What?
Oh no. If I
He's trying
use
to
the
get
helm
it-
on
To get it so
as
that
well.
links all three of our heads together.
So
For the
kinda
purposes
wanna
of
resist
simplicity, so you don't have to go through like an hour afterwards saying that you explain all this shit to Snickers and Sanders, we'll say that you can.
well, let's see him try to.
But I
resist.
don't
just
want
wanna-
him inside my head. The whole
Technically-
purpose of this is like to say that I'm just a starting wizard.
You just can't think of anything. I only hear what you think of. So if you're
You're-
just silent thinking, you would be able to.
Yeah.
You would be able to hear what he is saying.
Yeah. It's effectively, we'll just say for the purposes of this, you're effectively hearing reverbs. So it's not fully connected, but you can still hear what they're saying. Because I don't want to have me
Okay.
explain all this to you later. Okay. So, yeah, you will hear, he will
Because
kill-
I'll do it in the most evil way possible.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's a partial link. Fully link to people with the helm.
So I'm like, and I kind of, so I talk to the demon and I'm like,
You can't talk to them.
Well, he could
Can't
talk
to them.
in, like, in his mouth, and words and speech.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You forgot people had
Word.
mouths.
I forgot. Speak.
my bagpipes. Is my only worry right now.
After he says this, I then shall say, "Hey, is there a way to fix you?"
Okay, first, both of you hear a very slight giggle in your heads as he says the words bagpipes, and, what was I? Oh yeah, and he says, no, you just hear in your head, no, it's, nah. He would be the only one, and I doubt he's gonna fix anything here.
So he knows where my bagpipes are, and we can't repair him.
We can't repair him, and he knows where the bagpipes are. Okay.
Where?
have simple
Not if you
confusion.
know where they are. I said where.
I'm gonna persuade
They
him
are,
to tell
because you
me
can't
where the
speak and he can't
bagpipes
hear
are.
you, but
Using
they are,
that 20 intimidation
you
right
hear in
now.
your head, he has them. It was on a raid. I think he has them. It was on a raid. They'd be back at his lair, but he moved his lair after I left to make sure I didn't spill anything.
Okay. Better question. Who is this he you speak of?
He is. Let me look at my notes.
No, I'm like, I know, I probably know who is this he is, and then I don't like, I probably would know who this big bad guy is, like his name, but you didn't tell me this, and you didn't put in my character sheet anywhere
Well,
and give me
okay,
any clues
yeah,
on this,
sorry.
so yeah.
I mean, you'd both hear the name at this point, so it doesn't really matter. You can just say you knew the name before there. Drula. I'm going to copy and paste the name. I'm going to copy and paste the name. I'm going to copy and paste the name. Because this one you need to be able to spell as well as hear.
And after I ask that, and then ask.
Hey,
what did
hey,
you
hey!
want?
Wait till I say what his name is! Wait till I say what his name is. Don't jump the gun.
But I always jump the gun. I'm Milik.
I will punch you if you jump the gun again. And I'm not talking about Mirik, I'm talking about you. I will go through the screen and punch you.
I also like how it says Max Spectre GM.
I know, that was my touch. Yeah, his name is Drula Suhumi. I think I might have actually mistyped. But yeah. Okay, there's one less H. It's Drula Suhumi. I accidentally added an H.
Okay, so now can I ask my question?
Yes, now you can ask your question. Now you can ask the question, yes.
Why did y'all take the bagpipes? So simply say this: why take the bagpipes?
I can answer that. They took my bagpipes because they had something in them.
I looked at the thing. What was in it?
We did not care what was in it. We were getting materials.
And I should ask this thing. First, actually, can I do something? Because
What?
I want to make sure that happens without fail. Command on him.
I resist that. Able to be resisted, right?
What would you
can
try to
resist
do?
it, but I'm wondering if I can resist it. I just want him to hope
Just a
for me.
wisdom saving throw.
I want
Wisdom
him to
saving
hope
throw.
for a bit.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be a wisdom thing.
That's like his best stat, I
Okay,
think.
yeah, he's succeeded at that.
I have a +5 to wisdom.
Yeah, no, and that's not including the proficiency bonus.
Proficiency.
Yeah, no. This is what happens. Mirror goes, halt! And you just go, no. And then Mirror just looks like, what the fuck just happened? That usually works. Especially on him. You literally see Mirik point to the guy still eating popcorn, the giant 8-foot-tall demon that still eats popcorn, that is eating popcorn right now, and then he goes, what? Who's talking? And he goes back to eating
I
popcorn.
then look at the thing, since that failed, it just says, I disconnect the link from the dude. I disconnect the link from the dude and ask the thing, who is he? And in my mind, I'm telling him, that dude, with the link severed so he doesn't hear me respond with this. I'm using the telekinesis
This
power
is
to
exactly what you hear him
respond. I
say.
can disconnect.
He was a person in a nearby village. That is what you hear him say. They were not
That's
on like
it.
first name basis with this person.
Well, they could have investigated more about the people they waited.
They were getting materials.
Can I roll insight? I feel like I know. I don't like. I'm not hearing anything anymore.
Well, it could be just silence. And then I say to him, let's see. I'm in white. I want to make sure I do this right. Okay, I open a shadow wall.
What?
Saying strong, saying let me make sure I have this name.
What are you doing?
I say I'm walking. I yell at D says we're leaving, and then in my head I tell him if you want to follow us, just walk through with us. And I start walking. I start stepping forward to it.
And that
What is going on right now? Think a teleportation circle or something? What are you guys doing?
multiple of the reasons why I have to retcon him, because I fucked up and it was my first time DMing and he was allowed to play a Shadow Dragon when he shouldn't have been able to.
It's a half weak, so it's a lot weaker than a normal Shadow Dragon. If it was full
Effectively,
Shadow
you
Dragon,
see him
it's
start to
weak.
merge into shadows and of just pure shadows appear as he's walking through, and Dimos leaves, and Dimos leaves through it. You see the little wolf run through it. You see Falsus literally scream, "Wait! Wait! Wait!" and start running towards the portal. And Hitsu is following you as well.
I willingly go into the portal.
Okay.
Only my
I go
allies
into the
can go with me.
portal with my guard up, but still go into the portal.
Technically,
With
I don't
a
consider
bit of-
you an ally.
You literally just asked, can he go through? You just literally just told him to go through the portal.
No, I was talking to the demon. I was talking to that.
Why did you call it a demon? Out of everything, calling that thing a demon. You could have said construct, forge, soldier, commander. You chose demon. That's like the one thing
I
he's
tell
not.
the construct he wants to follow me.
Stitchwork creature!
I ask him, does he wish he can walk through if he wants to follow us?
Do you see a problem
And
with
I
that?
described the
Do you see a
location
problem with that? He does not
No,
have legs.
He can still follow us.
He
He
effectively...
managed to teleport.
He doesn't teleport. He goes into the ground and pops up. The way this works is it's an effective teleport, but that's not what it actually is. He goes into the ground and pops up in another place in the ground. Your shadows do not count as in the ground.
I say that for links.
He's like a Pokemon, okay? He's like a Pokemon, okay?
He's like
he
Diglett.
casts Dig to move around.
Okay. So I tell him if he wants to follow us, he says I can kill you if you wish to follow us. Simple as that.
That would be painful
It's
for
but a
him.
short walk.
Wait, I
Oh,
just thought about
man.
something. You can
What?
just tell him the location and he'll be there eventually just by using the dig thing, right? If you're trying to go back to the castle.
Yeah.
The castle's not that far from here.
Yeah. Yeah, I say the castle.
I'm
Sure.
like... I turned
Yeah,
to
I
this
have to
man
say
that
the
has
location.
pretty much been torturing me the entire day. And I'm like...
And it's a lot of shadow pull, so it's all dark.
You're going to
Looks
keep
like it's
me
stuck
away
in.
from my bagpipes and the one thing I have left of my father.
Mirik, you say you had to say the location, correct? So you're all gonna go to the thingy,
Yes,
right?
I have to say the location.
So you're going to go to the
Yeah,
to the castle.
If he said the location, I can just go teleportation circle and go there. It would take a little bit of
Well, actually,
experimentation, but
I can use make see if
What?
I can stealthily say it.
what
No,
would
I
you
can
have to?
step-
It's too
What are you
late
saying?
now. It's too late now. But
It does-
teleportation
that-
circle would not
if-
work. Teleportation circle would not work for one reason. He does not have a sigil.
Either
You
way,
do not know
But
the
yeah,
sigil, and he does not have a
Yeah.
he does not have a teleportation circle set up at that castle. But you can just walk there. It'll take like an hour. They're like really close
Also,
to the
I
town.
do want to say one thing though. The only thing that allows you to stealthily say something is thieves can't.
Well, you can whisper it. You don't have to go. I go to hill. Yelling
But
as loud
still,
as
I
possible.
have passive perception.
Or I could
That's
literally just
stupid
say
high.
it in a language you don't know. I could probably say it in a language you don't know.
Name off the
I have to-
language that you think I don't know.
Lupin, or dog. pretty
Yeah, you
much.
don't know wolf language. Yeah, he
You
has
speak the
comprehend
language of the
languages.
dogs.
Yeah, Mirik, by next session, you're dead. I realized how ridiculous it was after I
I could
listed
pretty
off
much
everything.
learn our language.
After this session, you're
I
dead.
could pretty much learn our
Get your
language.
tombstone ready.
Why?
I realized how ridiculous all your
Why?
abilities
It's
were
just-
combined together.
Languages. That ain't that ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I have been here for one session and we haven't had a real fight, and you're not even trying, and you're overpowering me, and I'm using the highest level spells I can.
My
Yeah.
fighting isn't that great. The best thing I have is a once a day use.
I'm thinking of all that I'm gonna have to cut out of this video simply because it's
And-
arguing.
So I'm assuming we're at the castle by this point.
Yeah. We'll say you can get to the castle, and, you'll be there in a bit. I will
Snickers-
notify you when you're there.
And is like, even carries goes back to the town. Like he doesn't like
Like, do you follow them?
pretty much.
Do you go to what
poorly
town they
treated.
said, or are you going to do? Are you going to go back to the town you were in? That's the question.
Whatever town is like closest, because
That actually
the
would be
ghost
the one they're
did
going to.
say that he's from the nearby town.
Would that be this town?
Yeah, that's the
Would be this
nearest.
town.
The nearest town is technically the town of Flenek, which is where they're going. Second nearest is Nasan. Third nearest is Skanak, because that one's fun to say.
Yeah.
Go to the town, and then I have one thing I'm gonna do. So I go and I immediately go into the nearest tavern to set up for a performance.
One problem with that.
Understand why I'm talking about this?
There's a problem with that. This is the town of Flenek, who was recently overtaken by a demon. Okay, let me explain what happens. Wait, I have to explain what happens as he walks up, okay? We're going to put Rick and his group on pause so I can explain what is seen as you walk into the town of Flenek. Where's Flenek? There's Flenek. So, Snickers and Sanders, as you walk along the road and you eventually make it to the town of Flenek, and it seems, I think the best word for it is alive but dead, because there's business going on. There's a small amount of, don't drag your fucking onto the thing. This is picture map. This is for town. This is just picture map. Do not drag your token on the thing. But, yeah, as you walk around, there's business going on and there's stuff happening, but it seems to be very calmed down and almost odd. Like, it's, the people are moving almost with a fear, yet normally, if that makes any sense. Like, they're moving in such a way.
Any, like, freestanding shops, you know, like those, like somebody like put up like a box,
No.
and like a
No.
tent, and then that's the shop. Like, is there
No.
any of those, like how I see in the picture, like here, pretty much, like any like window shops that are like I go up to them and just strip.
That's not a
walk up.
box shop. That's on a house. That's on a building. It's an outing thing. There's no box.
Is there
things.
any shop here whatsoever?
There are shops.
Whatsoever.
There are no box shops. There are shops in normal buildings, though.
Get rid of the town order. Can you get rid of the turn order? Because
Just double click in and
double click in a minute.
I go to the nearest shop to
Okay.
like whoever is in there, and I'm asking like, what happened here?
You walk up on this, on a male elfin man, and his business, and he just goes, sorry, you didn't hear what happened here?
Now and also the illusion and also the spirit form have waved off. So
Yeah.
he sees this like kind of dapper, have an elf, still short, a short run, coming up with like tattoos all over his face.
Yeah, and he says, you seriously didn't hear? Well, a while ago, maybe about a month ago now, a certain demon came to visit our town. We had apparently a lot more sinners than others. Our population dropped in a fraction of a day. I think about 100 people died. And then the person took up where the town hall was and started raising some of the dead and started building a normal castle onto the town hall, making it into a castle. And oddly enough,
Can I make an insight?
oh yeah, you can make insight check. He's telling the fucking truth. He's telling the fucking truth.
Just say insight. I'm trying to do insight to see if this castle is like whoever the fuck's dudes.
Oh, the guys? No. Like,
For
you
that.
could literally get a 5 and tell it's not him. It's not the way he goes. The guy who makes the, like, stitchwork creatures? No. You don't even have to roll for that. You'd know enough.
It's just some so it's just some warlord that has
Not warlord, demon
like
from the
movement.
Shadowfell. But
What I mean, some sort of like.
and as the elven man
It's
continues,
like-
he says, yeah, oddly enough, I think he might be a better leader than our last one. He's actually nicer. And more fair, surprisingly. Just don't commit any sins in this town lest your head be decapitated. That's what he says.
Is there any taverns or inns around here? Maybe even a bar?
Yeah, I think they're just
Or
starting to get
at
it back up.
this-
We're still in the adjustment phase. People are just now starting to get used to the fact that a demon is our ruler. But yeah, there is the Did they rename it? I think they renamed it. What did they rename it to? They renamed it to the what was it? Why can I not remember? Oh yeah, the Demon's Drink. The Demon's Drink is around the corner.
Mike, thank you for the information. I wish you good luck on your travels.
I wish you good luck on your travels as well.
Whatever you do. And he exits the shop and heads over to the Demon's Drink. And I am going to use by popular demand
Okay, so as you walk in,
to essentially ask.
yeah, as you're walking in, I'm just gonna do this little thing. As you're walking in, this is the most lively place. It always is. You know that. The tavern's always the most lively. Like, it's almost night and day from outside, them being kind of frightened, yet still working to, like, full blast in this tavern.
So I'm like, I go up to the whoever looks like the most official, like whoever seems like to be the one in charge here.
Yes. That would be the dwarven lady at the bar who is currently dishing out drinks quicker than you thought possible.
So I walk up to her. I'm like, "Hello, kind young lady." And is she like? Would you say she's pretty, or is she like a scruffed up face kind of dwarf?
Scruffed up face combined with pretty, it's a weird mix. By the way, she immediately grabs you by the neck and pulls you down and says, "Don't call me young lady." And then let's go.
Or before you even go there, let me do a dexterity saving throw because
Make a dex save. No. No, I'm using their passive strength stat for this. Yeah, you're grabbed down and she does that and let's go. Yeah, no. So, what are you going to do now? After
I'm
you've
sorry?
been- What are you going to do now?
I'm sorry. I'm just wanting to make a business proposition. Well,
She-
she's like choking me pretty much on the desk.
Yeah, well, she let go after saying that. But, yeah, and she just
Like,
looks
I
at
just
you.
want to make a business proposition.
Her entire demeanor changes and says, "Well then,
My
spit it
hands, I'm
out.
bowing a little bit.
I have a lot of things to do if you haven't noticed." And she points back to all the people that she was dishing out drinks to. "What is your proposition?"
Tana, so if you could give me food and like some food and let me sleep here for the day, I can perform tonight.
Well, I suppose performance could get people to actually stay longer and buy more drinks. You know what? I'll take you up on that. Start performing.
Could you repeat that last bit again?
I'll take you up on that.
Okay. So it's like, why, thank you. Is there any particular moment or time you wish for me to perform, or do you just wish for me to do it now?
Well, right about now, it's actually kind of being slow. But, yeah, you can perform. What do you want to do?
Okay. So it's like, why, thank you. Is there any particular moment or time you wish for me to perform, or do you just wish for me to do it now?
Well, right about now, it's actually kind of being slow. But, like, you see, they were like, it's lively, it's the most lively place, but there's still only like 10 people in here, and you can tell it can hold a lot more people. Because it's like 3 in the afternoon.
So I'm like,
Come back around 8ish. You think around 8ish, that's usually when when the sun starts setting, that's when a lot of people come in.
alright, I will do my best. And he bows once again, and he leaves. And, so now with all this gathered information, he's like, now it's time to gather a little influence. So now he, besides, like, the pub here, is there any, like, big, like, locations that are, like, important to this town? Besides the 2 different castles?
Well, there's only one castle. He's remodeling the town hall into a castle. He's trying to basically make this the capital. This is what you can gather. So there's the castle that's still being worked on, and you can actually see it from where you are, because the pub's not too far away. And you see... Make a perception check, because I actually want to notice if you see this.
My passive perception is a 19.
You know what? That's good enough. Yeah, you
Perception
see...
is a 19.
You see there's a lot of, like, building materials, and you can tell they've added a few spaces already, and you see the workers, and you notice they are all undead, and one of them is, like, looking over some papers, and just like, and just goes into the castle. Or the town hall renovated to being renovated to a castle.
So, I think I go into one of just like I knock on the door on one of the residences.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d20 or d4 actually.
There's like the one directly next to the tavern. Next to the tavern.
Yeah, no, there. You knock for a minute and no one appears to be home.
I just keep on going down the line until I find one that has somebody home.
Literally the next house. Literally the next house. You go over to the next house, knock on the door, and before you can get done with, like, the second, I guess, not, like, you knock once, and you start to do your knock twice, and you almost get your fist in the face of this, this orcish man, who is probably going to put you into a pulp if you hit him, judging by his demeanor. And he says, "What?"
Yeah.
Wondering if I could, like, entertain you with a little chat.
You guys are crazy.
What's she?
Tales of wondrous, adventures.
What?
I'm essentially trying to gather info and like, I'm trying to pipe up my name around town.
Roll a persuasion check with
Right
disadvantage,
now is
because you're a complete stranger to him right now. Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
this is not good. Roll a critical one. I'm telling you right now.
Don't, or he will probably punch you.
8.
Yeah, he goes, "I'm good," and slams the door in your face.
With him being as stubborn as he fucking is, he's just gonna then continue to go down the line.
Oh, fucking hell.
Really trying.
The best way to spread your name is probably to go to the castle.
That's smart.
Why all these D4s? Oh, because he's...
The houses.
When I were home.
How many cities are there? How many houses are there?
There's a big residential district, but he killed a lot of people when he came in here. And some people are at the tavern. And I'm not rolling a 3 or a 4. There we go. So, a stupid amount of houses later, you eventually get to another one. knock on the door, and this time you see this. Who would you see for this one? This house would have in it. Yeah. You see this dragon.
1, 2, 3,
this
4,
green
5,
dragon.
6, 7, 8, 9. This is down from that one.
You see this this green dragonborn female just look up to you and go, "What? What is it?"
And I am like, "Hello," and I take off my hat and give a little bow. I just wish to lighten the mood of this quaint town here, with just a little tale of some of the adventures.
Roll a persuasion check. This one without disadvantage, so you just a straight persuasion check. Because of all the shit you just did. She goes, "Alright, step in for a minute. You'll catch a death of cold."
So he steps in and he's like, he walks in and he's like, "Why, thank you." And then he goes on and on about different tales of Snickerson and his bagpipes, and the one great and mighty tale where he battled an ogre with nothing but a bagpipe.
Why? You know what the best part about that is? Even with only having one session with Snickerson Sanders, I could still see him doing that.
And he tells all these grand tales of Snickerson Sanders with the
Roll a
magical bagpipes.
Roll a D100. I want you to roll a D100. I just want you to roll it. Just bring up the dice roller, roll a D100. Okay.
How?
Low is better on the D100. You actually did very well.
What?
D100 is percentile. And it's basically like lower is actually better because of the way percentiles work. At least the way I do it. Because otherwise it gets very confusing calculating percentiles. So that's actually very good. That was... If you want to think about it, that's like 95 if you want to think about it that way. It's almost reversed on D100, the way it works, the way I have it work. So...
Stupidly good then, instead of stupidly bad.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, and she listens to your tales for a while. We'll say for the purposes of this takes approximately, with you telling Grand, an hour. Or an hour and a half, maybe. And, trust me, I've told tales of entire dungeons. In like a few minutes. But yeah. So it takes you about that long, and she seems to be holding on to every single word you say.
And I tell the final tale of the final tale is when I lost my bagpipes.
You tell that tale, and you literally see a tear fall from her eyes. Just after healing all you've done with your bagpipes.
And I'm like, it's
and then
try
hearing
to try to cheer her up, and I'm just like, it's going to be okay, trust me. I will take revenge.
She says
for my bagpipes.
She says, "You better. You'd better." Oh god. What are you going to do now?
And it's like, actually, if you're interested, I soon will be doing a little performance in, a little later if you wish to come. And instead of saying my name is Snickerson Sanders, I am going to use an alias for this town. That was my plan from the beginning. I'm sorry if I didn't say this.
It's fine.
To do that, are you going to let me do it?
I'll let
so
you
the
right on.
alias I wish to use for this town, because nobody ever knows. I'm never going to use my last name and I'm never going to tell anybody my last name. But I'm going to have Sanders as my alias in this town.
Okay.
Basically, I'll use Sanders as an alias and Snickerson for people that I trust and know.
So like no one. Okay.
Yeah, almost no one. I think the only people that will get that I'll let them call me Snickerson is the party when we get there.
When we get there, when Mirik's head is on a platter under the ground. Okay. Okay, so you do that, and you tell her, and she gives a nod as if she's going to go, and I'm guessing you leave the house, and where do you go?
House, and it's like, I'll be seeing you later tonight, and I blow her a kiss because I'm fucking can't control myself as I leave.
She catches it. She tries to catch it. Okay. Now, where are you going to be going?
That's fucking terrible. Because here's the deal. The only reason I did the tails thing is because literally my flaw is this, and I quote, I'm a sucker for a pretty face. Literally, he gives no shits about anybody except if they have a pretty face.
I mean, for a green dragonborn lady, she had a pretty face. Again, it gets a little bit weird when you're like a half elf compared to a green dragonborn. Like, how do you compare like pretty in that? I'm not sure.
True, but like I see her as like a beautiful woman.
Yeah, that's okay. So what are you doing
Pretty
now?
sure, like,
Are you going to the castle, or to the castle, or
So-
to the castle, or I'm going to railroad you into the castle so hard that you physically cannot leave?
going to the castle. I'm going to the castle now.
Good choice.
Because like I've done all the information gathering I need.
Okay.
I know the gist of everything, and I know what
Okay. So you're
Like,
not going to be there yet.
I know the down low.
You're not going to be there yet. I'll tell you when you enter the
We
castle.
have to wait
It's going to be like an hour and
technically
it's gonna
for
be like
2 hours of them being here
2
until
hours 30 minutes. Don't worry. With the way Mirror goes, he's going to have a nap very soon.
Most likely. Highly popular.
Is there timing? Okay, I had to think about timing for a second. Yeah, Azur, as you come back and enter the doorway, you see him with who you can tell is probably his manager for the building. This undead gnome, sorry, and you just see the same one that talked to you as you were being teleported away. Goes, Bosh, I don't know. Do you want the ring here or here? You put the ring there, and then we can expand it, and then we have more room. Also, make sure that those streets are as well made as possible. If this is going to be the new capital, then I dismiss. Go back to your work. As you're walking in, he just uses him away, and he walks off to out the door back to his crew. And he says, good, you're back. Did you handle that little situation on the roads? Also, the guy's meant to be...
I said, yes, it was quite... Oh, we have one of them now. Got set... oh, yeah, that was contracts, by the way. Ate them from this on. He should be coming now. Like...
He
soon.
should be there.
No,
it's just it's taking a
he's
second
out.
to load in. Yeah.
I looked to the right, I see appeals. Oh, he's here. He's here.
You see him like vomit out of.
Kind of what
You see him this is very weird on how I have to describe this. He has mouths where his eyes should be. That are just like pure teeth, and you see him just vomit basically out of his where his eyes would be. So, and you see Falsus just slowly walk away and off the screen, and just like in this horrible nightmare position.
I turn to Falsu and says, "He's still under my control. The day is yet over."
Azur literally stops you from doing anything and just lets him go. I've met you. He needs a break.
I just said, the thing's cleared. Pretty easy.
Timos!
Just did a distraction, then ambush, and then...
Dimos! What did you... You see, because Dimos didn't stop eating popcorn when you went through the portal. What did I say about popcorn in the throne room? No popcorn in the throne room. That's right.
You heard what I said we were going. No reasons for this.
But you took care of the thing.
I then looked to him and explained. Yes, I looked to him and explained about how we just ambushed them and just pretty much stalled them until they died.
Okay, that's good. That's very good. Anything else you need to tell me?
We met some weirdo.
Oh, that's lovely. Not like you don't count in that group. He whispers that. You can't hear it. You can't hear it.
No, I wanted a cheeky weakness. Cusses. They say, do we get a reward?
You get the reward of me not killing you. That's what you get the reward of, at least for now. Now then, you, and he points to the creature that you brought in, who is currently falling, part of him is falling apart, and he just vomited on the carpet. This very nice blue carpet. And he's just going to go clean it.
Should heal up. I whispered to Neos, you should probably heal it.
Mirik, I'm going to literally re-say what has been said before by this guy. You physically can't heal him.
Oh, I didn't heal that. I blame my low perception.
I blame your low brains, and I'm talking about in real life.
I have an intelligence of 18. That
I said in real life.
Levels, technically.
I said in real life.
Oh, yeah. No, you can call that a dot moment.
And I just... Okay. And you see this nightmare creature that was made just in pure fear, just like cleaned up the vomit. It's like, what the... Now, if there's nothing else, I have business to attend to.
Oh, wait, real quick. Do you have a sparring ground?
What? No, this is the DM
A
asking.
sparring ground.
Type it in chat. I do not know what you're saying.
And
No. No, no, no. He does not have a sparring ground. He just says no, 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 no.
well, I looked at him. You should make one. You should have your undead slaves make one.
Hey, Also, I have something to tell you. The bedroom wing has been made, and if you try sleeping on the floor one more time and it's outside of one of the bedrooms, you are going to get tossed halfway across the continent.
Quick question: how complete is?
They have just finished work on the bedrooms, and they're starting work on the next thing. The bedrooms was like priority 1, they're still working on everything else. Remember, this has been like 3 days.
So as a woof wedding.
Literally, he will punch you if you try sleeping on the roof. You sleep in a bed. When it's Azure, you sleep in a bed.
Huh?
Or on the floor. You can sleep on the floor in your room. In one of the bedrooms.
Okay. Can I sleep in the shadow realm?
As long as it's not in the castle.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what else are you going to do? This is wasting
Well,
time.
I say, well, I was gonna fight Dimios, but I guess you don't have a place where we can safely do that. I don't want to incur your wrath unless it's funny.
You can see you see Azure's eyes because he doesn't have a mouth or a nose or eyebrows. Just for reference, Grove, he just has 2 eye sockets basically, and he just looks and just goes. He just has the stare of death at Mirik.
After saying that, I
To reference Undertale even more, his eyes go black, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
A strength saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
And you have disadvantage because this is a surprise, sort of. Yeah,
Right,
either way you failed. Even normally you failed. Yeah, and the reason I said I was going with more Undertale references, Crove, have you ever seen Undertale Genocide Run?
No, I haven't played Undertale or
Have
seen
you
any videos of
seen-
Undertale whatsoever.
You haven't seen the sands pinging? Oh,
At
this
this
is a
point, I
treat.
should be used.
Yeah, here's exactly what
I
happens.
should be used to
Azure
this.
picks him up with telekinesis and constantly hits him off the walls like a ping pong ball. Just ding 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 ding.
Can I use my wing of telekinesis on?
No, because you'd create an infinite loop. You've seen the hand plates comment, and you know that doesn't end well.
I look to Azor and say,
And then he puts you back down.
go. Oh, okay. Oh, that was a lot easier. Okay, can I walk to my room now?
Yeah. So I'm guessing you all walk to your rooms for the midday.
And in the four corners of my room, in the four corners of my room, I lay down one in each corner, spill void gems. So I can be in complete darkness.
Okay. As Demos and everyone and Azure, as you all leave, I'm just gonna move you off to the side. I'm just gonna move all your tokens off to the side because I'm still gonna be on this page for a bit. There is actually a bedroom page, but I'm just going to move you off to the side for a minute. As you're doing that, Azure, just basically gives this thing a look of just, don't do anything, just go. And you just see the thing just stand next to Azure, as Azure's going to try and talk to it and get information, because you did not fully explain. Okay, and around this point, the guy comes back in, and he goes, "Bosh, we have another problem." And they go through it, and this is about the time when put yourself in, Snickerson Sanders, somewhere on the blue carpet.
Can I just like try to do this stealthily, but not like, I'm not trying to be.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Unless
Unless you use
not
invisibility,
trying to be
no.
aggressive
Actually, even if you
towards him.
use invisibility, no. You'd have to open up giant doors, and he's staring right down that hallway. Unless you can think of a way to get in without
Essentially, you
using
have to be a
Little
ghost and
wait.
face. You have to be a ghost to face thought. Just so you know.
spirit form just let me walk through walls.
You
So
do. You
Billy
could.
Fly, he's
Yeah, that's
also
what it
unique
means.
in the
You can
other
use
guy.
your spirit. I guess you can use your spirit form and then use the invisibility and then use your spectral hide to go invisible. So you could just walk through it and no one would be the wiser.
I do. I use spectral. I use my spirit form and then cast the invisibility and pretty much just walk through.
Yes. Okay, so as you start walking through, I need you to make a stealth check with advantage. Because they can still, if you make a loud enough noise, they can still hear you. So just with advantage, your stealth check, please.
Nat 20.
Okay, you had already disappeared into nothing. You've disappeared even further into nothing. You do not exist in this moment in time. you do not exist.
Pass without trace.
Even you do not know where you are. You are that sneaky. You cannot find you.
So he doesn't know well adding the.
Pretty much just walk wherever they are and try to get close and listen in onto their conversation.
So, you're listening in over
we
to
went to
the
our
conversation of. This is the conversation of Azur and his he's an undead construction worker head person, whatever they're called. Why am I blanking on the name? I'm blanking on the name of the undead construction head person. I don't mean his actual name. I mean legitimately the name of those people. Site overseer? I'm not sure. But, yeah, and you hear him go,
Elbow steel.
yeah. Boss, I seriously don't know how we're gonna do this. We might not be able to get enough materials to do this. Well, if we are running out of materials, then we will simply have to go to a neighboring town and make a deal to get more materials. But, boss,
Here's my
everyone else in the
question.
Empire is trying to kill us. That is true, just let me go and we'll be fine.
Question. Which one of these two look the most important? Like, I know there's like the zombie, but who is this other person that's talking to him?
That's Azur.
You
That's
don't
the
know his
king who
name.
is in the throne. That is the demon who is in the throne with the 2 orbs of death that just used Mirik as a ping pong ball.
Like, I kind of walk up to him, and I walk up to him like,
over
and
here at this
so I'm guessing I put myself right in front of this throne.
Yeah.
I'm like right here, pretty much. Hold up. Would it my invisibility if I put my knife up to his neck?
It wouldn't end it until you made it go in, actually.
don't
Yeah, it
touch
wouldn't end it.
him.
It wouldn't end it.
It wouldn't end because you wouldn't.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Because
end
I'm
it.
not doing damage.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
wouldn't
doing
end it.
damage. It's just intimidation.
Yeah. So I'm just
Nah,
going to.
that's
By the way,
pretty
that's just. That's because I did not put him on the map yet.
I'm not
Token.
sure if I'm doing this. I'm thinking. I'm like, before I do that, I fucking crit stealth. I'm gonna slowly take out the dagger just so that I can do it if needed.
Okay. And you are doing exactly what? After you get your dagger ready.
Just like I'm like preparing. So like if he tries to leave, I'm gonna catch him off his guard.
I'm gonna tell you something that technically your character won't know, but it's gonna be boring otherwise. Azur never leaves this castle, really, unless he absolutely positively has to. He is a Shadowfellian demon that does not need to eat, drink, or sleep.
mind.
Yeah.
So I have the dagger here, and I'm looking like I'm just trying to think, and I'm trying to think of the best strategy to present myself to him as
A threat?
here that he wants around and wants to have, where he is important and needed. So I think he does the most dramatic thing he can. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He tries to get out of range of everybody so he's not damaging anyone. So he's as he takes away the illusion, he lights off multiple different like spells and effects. So like minor like prestidigitation to like have like little sparkles fly off, like maybe mage hand to have like just like
Okay.
some sort of like whimsical
This
thing.
giant-
And he tries to make a grand entrance.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So.
Very grand entrance.
Okay. So, are you going to be saying anything as you're doing this, or what? I need to know if you're going to be saying anything as you're doing this, because things are about to go.
And after he is done with his little performance, and I'm guessing you want me to roll performance since I said performance, because
Yes,
that's what I'm
please do.
trying to do here. I'm
Yes.
trying to do a
Yes,
little
please
magical
roll performance, and I will describe exactly how well this performance goes over. It could go to shit. If you roll a natural 1, this will be hilarious.
+5. God damn it, please.
22.
I'll say you have advantage because screw it.
It came out of nowhere.
You just appear out of nowhere as they're talking. Sparklers! Somehow fireworks go off! You didn't even know what fireworks were, but there they are! More fireworks! Sparklers! Spinny spinners! Giant rainbows of color in different fashions! As you enter, getting the attention of both of them! And then automatically Azure thinks about it for a second, and I need you to roll a strength saving throw.
Hey. What?
I need you to roll a strength saving throw. Nope.
Like,
He immediately, after that happens, puts out one of his hands, and currently has you about 5 feet up in the air and says, "Why are you here?" Oh, and, I'm gonna remind you of something. Spirit Blessed, level 7. It's improvement ability. Around is 6
Wait,
seconds.
would we have had that?
Not yet.
Would we have had
Not
that?
yet, because
Well, that.
if you were to
fireworks and
sleep,
stuff.
I'm guessing you'd be asleep.
no, I wasn't trying to make it sound.
It was just a lot of
performance.
visuals. It was just a lot of visuals. It wasn't really loud, was it?
Okay.
Spirit blessed.
Yeah. 7th level. And a round of 6 seconds.
Constitution. To do that.
At level 7, even if a thing... Dude, you can change the saving throw to, like, wisdom. When you're using
Okay,
that.
so every single...
Yeah. After, like,
20.
12 seconds. So, he does that, and do you respond in the time while he has you floating in air? You have 12 seconds. If you're responding while you're in air.
I come here peacefully. I come here peacefully. I just I come here with some news.
Yeah, and Azur notices this because due to your spirit blessed 7th level feature, he immediately, the spell seems to drop, and you drop like 5 feet on the ground, right back onto your feet, and he goes, "That's a neat trick." Because no one before now has been able to resist the telekinesis after he's cast it and it's taken effect.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
What news do you bring? Oh, wait, 1 minute. Mav, get a scry sheet. Boss, where are those again? They're over there in the pantry. Okay, I'll go get them.
News of a battle or enemies. It is news of a performance that I wish to do. That was an example performance that I was trying to do.
You see,
I was in here before while you were.
You see, about that time, because this zombie had rushed off, you see him immediately come back. Bosh, I got the paper. Okay, start writing it down. Got it, Bosh. Continue.
Well, you're I don't know, like, I'm just like, should I do an insight check? Because, like, should I call him Your Highness? Is that like something that like he would say in this situation?
You could. I mean,
I'm asking you.
Like, you wouldn't need to roll an roll an insight check simply because there's a certain level that he's at. Technically, he is at the level where you'd call him that, but it's like the way he like envisions it. So yeah, your insight check is needed for this.
Negative.
You call him a pig.
And 1.
Yeah, you call him Pig. You call him Sir Pig. I'm just kidding. That's not what happens. Although you do slip up on calling him the wrong name, and you immediately have to hold your tongue back from saying it, and you take 4 points of crushing your tongue damage as you're trying to hold yourself back from saying something inappropriate. But then you eventually realize, I should probably call him, whatever his first name is, if you ask.
Do I know what his first name is?
Nope. You can ask. You can ask.
Mysterious, so just asking somebody's name isn't really mysterious. So it's like I continue to proceed with Lord because that seems to be the most
Fair point.
Suitable
one at the moment. So I'm like, well, my lord, I am a performer, and some call me a gladiator. I am a caster of many magics and tricks.
Okay, about this time, in less than a millisecond, you see him just get consumed by shadow, and with how dim it is in here, he's immediately directly in front of you in the next second. Really? What kinds of magics?
Some would say I am one with the shadows.
That is
so for example, he's like, mind if do you have any, you seem like you are a very lord, do you have anything like a target or something?
Well, I did have statues you could have targeted, but those things were melted by Dragon Killer as an idiot decided to bring Dragon Killer, which is literally effectively alcohol mixed with acid times 11, made by the gods of death and alcohol combined to their forces together. I used to, and then the statues melted.
Hey, Azar did that. I did not do that.
You're the one that bought the Dragon Killer.
Understandable.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Mav. Yes, Bush. Get him a target. Got it, Bush. And he goes and gets a block of wood, comes back in, and like the block of wood. He puts it like. I'm
guessing my shadow form is still up, like, because it's like.
Well, it's been a minute. It's the thing that lasts for a minute.
So it's slowly.
Yeah.
Off into the spectral plane, and as you saw there, and that's how I was able to enter your hall without anyone noticing. I was able to just walk in here.
There's the block of wood.
Unfortunately, I seem to be on. I need some rest before I'm able to do that trick again. But what I can do for you is I can show you.
You have 3.
My friends.
Wait, dude, you have 3. You could technically do it one more time today. You only use it twice, I think.
So, Mike.
Yeah.
And I say, like, I can show you. So I activate the spirit form, but I don't activate the invisibility.
Okay. As he sees, as you're already slightly translucent. You're already slightly translucent to start with. As he sees, and you just go even further translucent and fully see through at this point. Except there's outlines. And
I'm like, I pretty much tell him, like. And, like, I straight up just, like, walk through the target and then walk back over here, and it's like full arm. I can
interesting.
I can go into this form, and it only lasts for a little bit, so I had to be quick when I was before I made my grand appearance.
The invisibility still
and
lasts
one more
an hour,
thing,
though.
and then can I cast?
You can do anything you could do.
The invisibility.
What?
So then I'm like, well, let me show you some of my friends, and I'm going to cast the conjure spell.
Yes, conjure spirits. As you do your invocation, and you do your few hand gestures, and appears. What appears? Choose. I'm being serious. Choose. You have this. You have character sheets.
Will-o-wisp. I do 2 shadows and a will-o-wisp.
For the purposes of this, we'll say sure, because you're showing it off.
All these 2 shadows facing the target, as well the will-o-wisp.
So as this happens,
sort of,
the shadows themselves seem to be given life, and as well, this blue spark of energy suddenly comes into being.
Like, and I just kind of I whistle, and like all of them just like is target all at once. Hold up, I'm guessing you're having me roll for that.
Roll 2 attacks for the shadows and 1 for the will-o-wisp. Yes, I have to see exactly how fucked this thing is. It's fucked. I need to know how much.
Hold up.
7, 6.
It's a block of wood. You hit it. I need you to roll damage.
10, 6, 7.
I think you hit the name to roll damage, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, as you whistle, they all just coalesce on this one thing and just tear it to shreds, and the wood is gone. It's shocked and it's gone. It has been obliterated.
So it's like I can summon some of my friends from the other side. Yes, I'm sorry. I just like this entire time when I cast the spell, I was saving that one.
I was waiting. I was honestly, when I made that spell and gave it to you, and after you said that, I was like, he's gonna make that joke eventually. Let me mark it on my calendar. He's gonna make that joke on the first session. Trust me, I was going to if you didn't.
Okay. I feel so relieved now that I was able to do that. Okay.
I was honestly going to make that joke if you didn't. So, yeah.
So he's like, are you into, so I am a gladiator of sorts. I wish to, and I overheard you slightly that you were trying to get materials for a,
Continue construction on the castle. Continue construction on the castle, the Triple C.
Well, for now, I am pursuing up work in the tavern, and each night I will be performing for bed and food. So so I'll be around in town for a while. If you ever wish for my services, I would be around here. Anywhere far.
Okay, I might call on you. I just have one thing to say. If you ever visit me again, and he gets as close as he possibly can to you and says, if you dirty the carpet, I will fucking murder you before you can even blink. Okay.
It's a very nice carpet.
Exactly. It is blue. Favorite color is blue. My name is literally Azure. Hint, hint, this is me giving you his name. It's Azure. And he goes back to his... He teleports back to his, chair, and, Mav, you can tell, after all the times he said the name, his little overseer, runs back to him and goes, well, the master will call you if he ever needs you.
And like,
However, if he doesn't, we know where to find you. He will call you. Got it? And he goes back.
so I tip my hat off to the, and then I do a full bow towards Merc or whatever.
Marv,
What's his name?
Mav.
You-
M-A-V. M-A-V.
Full bow.
It's Mav
I do
and
a full bow for Mav,
Mav and Azure.
and then I exit. Full bow. And exit to head towards the tavern and do my thing. I have 15 minutes till I should be leaving.
Okay, we'll just end it there because that's a good stopping point. Bye, everyone who is watching the video.